Hey, I just this is Juan. I just wanted to stop by and just explain the exercise of the five whys. One of the big things that a lot of experts or a lot of gurus would say is like you need to find your purpose. It's There are many books written. There are many um, many articles out there. You can just find this anywhere. I'm just gonna give you how one way that you could do it, and you find this all over the place. But it's this exercise of the why and the concept of the purpose. I mean, it's not like if you know your purpose, it's going to change everything right away. I think the idea of knowing your purpose, having a purpose statement, is what helps you understand what drives a lot of the things that you do. One of the things that I always keep saying, or I like to do, is like I challenge the status quo. I like to say that phrase. I like to say I'm trying to be different. Some of it is driven by my dad. Every time he would call me, he would just always ask, "Do you really want to be like everybody else? Do you want to be like everybody else?" So that pretty much was the message I said. You need to be different. You need to do something totally different than everyone else, and you need to be unique. So a lot of the things that I do are very driven by this uniqueness and this challenge the norm, challenge the status quo, which sometimes I do well and sometimes I don't. But that's how I do. Purpose is the way. It's how you filter everything. When you think about uh, intentions in general, let's say you think a an alcoholic. Let's just put it that way. Or you think of something about beer or alcohol, and if you see me from afar and you see like it's 8 in the morning and I'm just dumping a beer can or bottle in the trash can, you will most likely filter that through your belief that you have something against beer, or you already believe that people shouldn't drink in the morning, so you immediately like attach meaning to that scene, and it pretty much says that person was he really drinking? He must be drunk. Like I should report that person, or I can't believe he's drinking at 8 in the morning. When I could have easily just been picking it up from the floor and throwing it. It doesn't really matter. It's the intention. That's what purpose does to you. So the only reason you want to find that out is so you can start understanding what is your drive, what are some of your drives when you do everything and anything, pretty much. And one of the things, so one way to do this is to do the exercise of the why. I got this from I saw it in the, I think it's in the book Find Your Why by Simon Sinek, um, but I've heard other people use it. So the reason, just to give you an example how this works, is just really about 7 or 8 times. You keep asking why on whatever the answer is until there's a visceral response, until there's a response that evokes emotion, a very strong emotion from the person. And I'll give you an example just so you can see, no, you can see, but you can kind of see how it went. It didn't go this way for me, but I kept refining and refining until I found it. So I just said I wanted to be different. So if you were to ask me, so why do you want to be different? I could have said, well, because my dad said, always, every time that he scolded me, he just asked me if I wanted to be like everybody else. Um, but why? And then you can keep asking. So why is that? Why was your parent doing something like that, or why do you keep doing it? And then I could say something like, because I wanted to stand out and be naturally in a very different way. And then you go and say the same thing. So why do you want to stand out and be an actuary in a different way, like a unique type of actuary? Why is it important for you to stand out? So then I could say, because I like the idea of being an individual, a person that creates their own destiny and leaves its own mark. That's kind of what I wanted to do in some way when I almost got fired. That's pretty much why it happened, because I was trying to be my own thing and I was just going against the norm and people just didn't like it, so I got in trouble for that. But then you can ask, okay, so why do you want to be this person that wants to leave a mark? that wants to create their own destiny, that likes this being an individual in its own, is in the whole complete sense of the word. And I could say something like, because I believe everyone deserves to design their own life. And that's kind of where I am right now. That's my purpose statement today. I started as, I just want to be different. Then I went to, I just want to be able to stand out. And then I went to, like, I'm going to be an actuary because that's something that everybody is. Then I went into, I just wake up every day looking for ways to help people be the best that they can be. Then I went into, I just wake up every day into finding questions that allow someone to break through self-limiting beliefs in order so they can go and take action and create the best version of themselves. And that evolved into, I believe, not only do you deserve, not only should you control your life, you deserve to design your own life. So my purpose is to help you discover your capacity to become the architect of your own life, or the life you always wanted. So that's my purpose statement. That's how it works. Try it with yourself, try it with somebody else, and then just simply tell them, hey, I'm just testing this out, and just keep asking why. Keep asking why, until you actually hear this very, very emotional response. Very strong believer. That's the purpose. I filter everything through it. If you ever see me challenge things, or if you ever get to work with me, you will actually see that my questions, my coaching style always goes back to some version of, well, what makes you think it shouldn't be the other way? Or what if you could do it? And then you can start seeing that I'm always pushing for you to actually discover this capacity to change the way your circumstances and the way your life goes. So that's my thinking for today. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.